We don't want to frighten your teachers, do we? Shut it, you clown!
You kidding? Hell yeah, get this kid in a dorm room!
You hag! Hit me again and I'll kill you!
Hush! If you hadn't been so damn weak, you never would have gotten caught and caused all that trouble!
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny, this is my beautiful wife Montana, and this is Rue.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 3, Episode 12 of My Hero Academia, End of the Beginning, Beginning of the End.
Yeah, last episode, quite the climactic episode with All Might fighting All for One, taking every last ounce of One for All he had left and using it to take him down, and then pointing to Deku and saying, now it's your turn. So what are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I'm really interested to see how Deku responds to kind of the increased responsibility, and also just like the general response of seeing All Might do what he did last episode, because that was in front of everyone.
Yeah, an unbelievable effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just such a good episode.
So good.
But now we get to see what happens next. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia coming every Friday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms. All right, are we excited for episode 12 of Season 3 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
I've used up everything inside of me. Now, it's your turn.
It's your
Yeah,
turn.
you were right. Wow.
Bakugo's giving him a look.
He noticed.
God, I love this intro.
So good.
I think you've seen now everything it talks about.
Perfect.
The Nomu we captured are just as unresponsive as the last ones. They're basically mindless animals. We haven't gotten any new info from them. The warehouse they were kept in was completely destroyed. We'll continue our investigation, of course, but we don't know how much data we can collect.
And we haven't gotten any worthwhile information from the bar at all?
We're still looking into that, sir.
We apprehended all the Nomu, sure, but we let most of the perpetrators, including Shigaraki, slip through our fingers. Honestly, even though we captured their boss, I'd have to say this whole thing was a draw.
Don't be stupid. Our country just lost the symbol of peace. All Might's weakened body has been exposed to the world. Everyone knows the indestructible hero can be defeated now. The citizens and the villains.
You were talking about
It's what
this.
we get for relying too much on one pro hero.
People now know they can raise hell with just a handful of thugs. Hate to think what that might inspire. Our initial profile of Tomura Shigaraki described him as childish and prone to tantrums. But that's obviously changed. His plans are growing more strategic. He now appears to be focused on how he can mold our society. His thought process has evolved, matured.
Okay,
and
wait,
since
I
all my
just want to make an observation. The hands on his back are all in very, like, just by the hand placement, you can tell what's happening. It's like holding someone's arms by the side, right? Picking them up and then holding the shoulders. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, like all, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the hands are definitely something to analyze for Shigaraki.
But like you can tell what's happening, like all of, they're not just random. They could be many other like spots on his arms and it wouldn't convey the same idea.
Mold our society. His thought process has evolved, matured. And since All Might's out of the picture, we've lost our biggest deterrent to criminal activity. Each time the League fails, they come back stronger. And now, Shigaraki can greatly expand his sphere of influence.
Are you suggesting that all of this was part of the League's plan?
That does sound like quite a leap.
We don't know. There's only one thing I can say for certain. We must capture the League of Villains no matter what. As the police, we have to be more proactive in apprehending villains. We are not just backup. It's time we implement changes.
Okay.
The embers
Changes.
inside of me have been snuffed out. The mighty symbol of peace
Okay, so
is
more
no
law
more.
enforcement and not just like
However,
heroes.
Maybe.
the mighty
Maybe
symbol
not.
of peace is no more. However, I won't just sit here. There's still something I must do.
Tomura Shigaraki, Shimura's grandson, yes?
The only proof we have of that is what All for One said. It's not much to go on. The two of you didn't have any interaction with Shimura's family, even though you were so close to her?
No.
But why not?
It happened soon after Shimura's husband was killed. Concerned, she put her child in foster care to shield the youngster from the hero world. She told Toshinori and me that she didn't want us to have any contact with the kid, even if something terrible were to happen to her.
And in the end, your promise backfired, huh? I'm sorry to hear that.
You could say that.
My master
Yeah.
gave up her heart so that her family might know a life full of peace. I must track Shigaraki down as soon as possible. I'll find him and then...
Then what? Give him a pat on the head? You're not looking at him
Change
like the
his
villain he
mind.
is anymore. That's dangerous. Remember that no matter his lineage, he's still a criminal. Shuko-uchi and I will investigate Shigaraki in the League without you for now. You stay at UA. You still have many responsibilities there. Even if you cannot be the symbol of peace that you once were, don't forget that All Might is still alive.
After the fight, we met up with Todoroki and Yayorozu. The five of us took Kachan to meet the police. The whole way there, he was silent. And then, after our worlds had been turned upside down, we finally went home.
There you are, Shoto. I was afraid something had happened to you. After you visited Mom, you stopped responding to my messages, so what was I supposed to think?
I'm sorry, sis.
Okay.
This is his sister.
Okay.
He's been like that ever since he came home. Feel free to go say hi.
Who?
If All Might really can't be the hero he once was anymore, then the number
Does he have a
one
brother?
spot is
Do we know that if
If
he has
all-
siblings?
Yes, they'll show you what siblings he has. We know he has siblings.
Okay, cool.
Free to go say hi.
And the shoes are meant
He's
to...
been like that ever
Right,
since he
yeah.
came home. Feel free to go say hi.
If All Might really can't
She
be the
seems
hero
fun.
he once was anymore, then the number one
Nice.
spot is finally my father's.
Oof. Being home's gotta be tough.
I don't accept it. Not like this. I should have
Wait.
earned it myself. Not
Oh,
by
okay.
him
I thought that was the brother.
failing.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, shit.
Oh, honey.
Okay.
What do you
Wait.
make of that?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Endeavor's upset,
Right, yeah, because he was never going to be happy with anything.
but because All Might had it gave up number one by failing, not with Endeavor passing.
Right. Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I mean, it feels pretty predictable in the sense that, like, Endeavor's whole thing was wanting to be, like, publicly received as the best hero, and getting that by default isn't really a spectacle. Like, everyone's still just talking about All Might.
Yep. And you know who it reminds me of? Well, okay, not like that. Not like that in the show.
Who in the show, Kenny?
Bakugo.
Yeah,
Doesn't it sound like when he
It
lost the
does.
sports festival?
it does. I have to win, but I have to win it in, like,
My way,
the
not
way
him
that...
losing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, honey. I just can't believe what a hard time All Might's had lately. Things must have been difficult for you, too. But at least you're home.
Yeah.
I wonder what'll happen now. Did I do the right thing, leaving him to fight alone back there?
Hey,
Where
are
are we
you
going?
going? Dinner's ready.
Sorry, I can't! All Might!
Okay.
You finally
He's
made
been
it.
summoned.
Are you okay?
It sure took you long enough.
All
Texas Smash!
Did he?
You made
Why?
a promise, but as it turns out, you can't keep your word. If you kids had gotten hurt, it would have all been in vain. You've got some bad influences.
Okay. Yes.
Young Midoriya, listen. I'm officially retired as a pro. It's clear that my body isn't going to allow me to fight another battle.
Oh, wow.
The last sparks of one for
He
all
can't even,
have
like,
left my
fake
body,
punch.
and my muscle form won't last for any significant amount of time. I can't protect you when you put yourself in danger now, and you're always rushing in to try and help no matter what I tell you, destroying your body over and over. Yet back there, you managed to
That kind of puts him in a tough
rescue
position.
your friend without being injured or getting into a fight. I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
From here on out, I will devote myself to training you. You're stuck
Okay.
with me, so let's keep working
A
hard
new
together.
era.
Yeah, you were talking about him focusing on
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What I say
That's
about keeping your word, you little crybaby. I thought we agreed that
You
stop it when the
too.
waterworks.
I love this
Only
scene.
a slight pain lingered on my cheek. I barely felt it, so I knew it was true. All Might's reign as top hero had come to an end.
All right, start of a new era.
All right.
And Rue has joined the watch
I'm
room.
sorry.
Thank you.
This
All
is
Might.
ridiculous.
You've saved thousands of people's lives over these many years, though it cost you your body and strength. As a citizen, a hero, and the principal, I cannot express how grateful we all are to you. However, given everything that's happened, there are many who do not believe you should continue as a teacher at UA.
What?
Some are pointing out that our troubles began when you started working here. They're worried the children will continue to be caught in the crossfire and that you can't protect them anymore.
Okay.
It is a delicate situation. Nevertheless, I believe I know what we need to do to ease the concerns the public has expressed. We must strengthen the faith people have in the heroes we have left. It's true, the threat we face is still troubling, but we will protect and train with more focus and diligence than ever before. That is why we're going to implement a plan I've had in mind for a while. I'm counting on you to convince the students' families.
They're gonna live at the school.
I don't know. Sounds pretty out of tune to me. I get
And he
that
had
you
it
guys
in the
don't wanna
works
keep
for a
talking
while,
about
but
what happened.
didn't.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a big leap to ask well, you'll see.
Okay.
But like, it's obviously a large step to take. This was just a step he needed to be like, okay, this is the solution.
Gotcha.
And also, Nezu's just a planner. He's very smart.
Yeah.
So he just thinks pretty far ahead.
You to convince the students' families.
But now we get to meet their
I don't
families.
know. Sounds pretty out of
Fantastic.
tune to
How
me.
you like this?
Yes.
I get that you guys don't want to keep talking about what happened.
Pretty
but
out
moving
of
the kids in
tune.
the dorms isn't going to change the fact that my daughter was injured.
What you're saying is quite true, Mr. Jiro. However, I'd like to assure you that this is not a matter of UA's pride. We've thought long and hard on the issue and believe this to be the best course of action. I hope that you'll give us the honor of continuing to teach Kyoka. I believe wholeheartedly that UA can help her grow into the best hero she can be.
Whoa. No need for you to be all formal, Mr. Aizawa. We decided what we were going to do right after we got the notice in the mail. I mean, you should have heard my old man during All Might's fight.
My daughter's teacher is so hardcore, man! That battlefield is a stadium and he's knocking it down!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was crying.
Kyoka, come on!
Very cool.
I was trying to act all strict and stuff for these dudes!
Hey, cut it out, you two. Save the aggression for your music.
You know,
So we got a yes on
They
your
seem
parents would come
nice.
down on us a lot harder. I suppose I owe you a drink.
No thanks. I can't drink. Besides, it's not a contest. Plus, the next family probably won't be so easy.
You kidding? Hell yeah! Get this kid in a dorm room.
You hack! Hit me again and I'll kill you!
If you hadn't been so damn weak, you never would have gotten caught and caused all that trouble.
Come on, you two. Please,
Okay.
no fighting. We don't want to frighten your teachers,
wow.
do we?
All
Shut
right.
it, you clown!
Yeah, I
Mind
guess
your
that
own
needs to
business!
butt out. Oh, don't you even think about using
Just
your
like his
Korkowski.
mom.
Jeez, some family dynamic.
That's funny.
You're saying you give us your consent?
All right.
I thought you'd have a lot to say
That-
about this.
yes.
We'll talk about that
Actually,
after.
we're grateful.
Yes.
Katsuki's fearless and good at everything he tries, especially since he's got that stupid awesome quirk. People were always fawning over him whether he deserved it or not. It's probably why he ended up like this. That's why I liked what you said at the press conference.
He's trying harder than anyone in his pursuit to become the top hero. Those villains will not change his mind. He'll continue on his path. I can guarantee you of that.
See, that's when I understood that the school was watching him closely. I was worried about the kid, obviously, and didn't know what would happen. But he's back now, safe and sound, so it worked out. I'm sure UA will face harsh criticism from some people. We still trust you, though, so we'll leave him to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a hot-tempered brat, and we know he's a pain, but please train him hard and make him a good hero.
I owe you a drink for this one.
They both seem like they get how Bakugo works. Very similar to his mom.
And I really wanted your thoughts on that dynamic. Also, side note, there's a large populace of people that are very, they simp for his mom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, duh.
It's her show now. But yeah, what do you make of that dynamic?
It's a very funny combination because, I mean, there are so many obvious similarities, but the instances in which the similarities were most clear were when she was kind of like messing with him. And then when she was saying the like secondary, like, no, actually, like we still trust you guys. And we obviously like, no, all the stuff she was saying afterwards, that shows that she just really understands how Bakugo works and the way that he needs to be parented and supported. And then I also think, and I could be wrong about this, but I have this theory that when kids are comfortable kind of mouthing off to their parents, that's how you know that they feel comfortable in their environment, because as a child, you should be testing your boundaries, and home is the place where you're supposed to test those boundaries because that's supposed to be the safe place, right?
Yeah.
When I first heard him being like, oh, mom, like all that stuff, because I would never. But then that just like completely didn't faze her at all because she's exactly the same way. So it seems like a very supportive environment, and obviously a big part of the reason why Bakugo is just unequivocally himself.
Yeah, it's interesting that you're seeing it as such a positive thing.
Really?
Because I see sometimes like a lot of his negative traits, his over-aggression and his like being mean to people could have come from his mom being so like over the top yelling at him all the time.
That's yeah.
Or did he start it and she just learned to adapt? I don't know, but then
there's also like a genetic component, right? Like if he's just like a fiery person because she's a fiery person, then she has the same thing going on, right? So then...
That's what I mean, is like that he maybe got it from her.
Right, but in the same way that Bakugo is predisposed to it because he's her descendant, she's also probably genetically predisposed to the same thing. So they're kind of dealing with the same problem.
Yes, and I wonder whether it's like just her aggression, like also being aggressive towards him, like passed it down in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely an interesting pair dynamic.
I owe you a drink for this one.
Okay, let's see. Midoriya's house is close by, isn't it?
Allmight.
Now, it's your turn.
All right.
I gotta know, what exactly is
knows.
Deku to you?
He's my student, just like you. A fledgling hero with bright prospects. I'm sorry, young Bakugo.
Okay.
I can't say any more than that.
Damn it, Katsuki! The police said not to go wandering off by yourself!
Yeah, sure. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Oh, and thank you.
Katsuki!
I heard you!
Oh my god. That's a lot.
You sure you'll be all
like
right
they
by
yell
yourself?
everything at each other.
Yeah.
Like, it feels to me like it's the reason why he maybe bullied Deku.
Yeah, I mean, if you're raised thinking that's normal.
Because like she literally said, sorry you had to get him because he was weak enough to get captured.
Oh,
like,
fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
Jesus, no.
Oh, I'll go back to that just so you can hear that.
Kidding? Hell yeah, get this kid in a dorm room!
You hack! Hit me again and I'll kill you!
If you hadn't been so damn weak, you never would have gotten caught and caused all that trouble!
Oh my goodness, okay.
Please,
Oh,
no
wow,
fighting.
yeah.
We don't want to frighten your teachers, do we? Shut it, you clown!
Yeah, I
Mind
guess
your
one
own
needs to
business!
butt out! Oh, don't
That's
you even
just
think about using your
so many short fuses.
This is
in
what
a
I mean.
house
Like,
together.
it feels like this caused the explosiveness.
Yeah.
You sure you'll be all right by yourself?
Yeah, we need to sit down with everyone in Class A by day's end, right? So we'll divide and conquer. I'll take this place and you can move on to the next person we have to convince.
Oh, please come on inside. We're so honored.
Thank you.
I can't believe All Might is in our home.
Be cool, Mom. It's totally fine.
That's funny.
Him seeing all the memorabilia.
Probably already know why I'm here. You received a notice that UA is moving our students to dormitories?
Yes, about that. I read the letter. And I won't allow it.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
But yesterday you said...
I've thought about it since then, and I've changed my mind. Izuku has
She changed her
admired
mind
you for
in
so
between
long,
saying
even
yes
though
in this
he never
meeting?
developed a quirk as a kid. And then, miraculously, one suddenly appeared. But ever since enrolling at UA, my child just keeps getting hurt. Just look at him. Do you know about his arms? If he injures them anymore, he might not ever be able to move them again. I watched you on TV, and I saw what that man did to you. As a regular citizen, I'm so thankful for your bravery. But as a mother, I was terrified. Izuku wants to be just like you. But if he follows your path, his future will be filled with blood. So I'm sorry. Oh, help me! I'm here! But he's my son. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Izuku. Back when you were quirkless, you were always so happy just watching the heroes do their jobs. Maybe it was better that way. I don't know.
Oh.
That's not true!
Honey, I told you I'd support you, but that I wouldn't stop worrying. Do you remember that? And I know all you want is to keep going to UA. But I can't take it anymore.
I shouldn't have been surprised. I'd been ignoring my mother's feelings for so long.
I'll speak frankly, sir. As Izuku's mother, I don't have the nerves I'd need to entrust my son to UA. Not with everything that's happened at your school. It doesn't matter what a wonderful hero you are. When the villains attacked, every class had to be canceled, and you couldn't stop your students from getting seriously injured, almost killed. I won't put my son in danger. It's my duty as his mother to keep him safe.
Man.
It's not like that, Mom! It's my own fault that I kept getting hurt! The teachers warned me over and over again, but I didn't listen!
So you're saying you didn't learn? Don't you think that means the school's responsible?
Young man, sit down.
Pretty tough.
You can't really
I might
argue
be
with
acting
that.
like an overprotective parent, but I'm at peace with that. And while I don't want to steal my son's dream away from him, he can always go to a different school. There are lots of other hero courses out there besides the one at UA.
But UA's the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Izuku!
This must be heartbreaking.
Also arguably
looked
the
up
most
to me,
dangerous right now.
Followed in my
Yeah,
footsteps.
no, definitely.
I know what it means to you to study in my alma mater. And to give it all up after working so hard.
I'm sorry. I'll go talk to him.
Mom, it doesn't have to be UA. Here, look at this. You too, All Might. I got a letter at the hospital. It's from the boy I saved at the training camp.
What?
Yeah, from Coda.
Coda, someone who hated heroes
He can just go
and
to a
quirks,
different school?
wrote to thank
Well,
me
the
for
fuck?
saving him.
Okay.
I know I'm hopeless and make you worry all the time. But still, when I read this note, even if it was just for a moment, it made me feel like a real hero. I was so happy.
I see.
know who I'm meant to be, and that's what I'll train for! At UA or not! I swear it!
Young Midoriya. You are not just an aspiring hero following in my footsteps. You are on your own path toward greatness. As your teacher, I must walk beside you. I'm afraid I haven't been upfront, ma'am. Please allow me to try again. I believe that young Izuku is the right person to succeed me. That is, he is my choice to become the world's next symbol of peace.
Huh? Hold on. What are you saying, All Might? What is this?
It's an apology. As the one who held that title, I allowed myself to remain his hero rather than giving my all as his teacher. I'm sorry. As a UA teacher, I implore you to forgive my past weakness.
Okay.
It's true that my path has been filled with blood. But that is what makes me the right person to help him find his own way. Free of the mistakes that I made as a young hero.
Don't do this, All Might.
He never gives up. Even when
Don't do
things seem
what?
impossible.
I never understood that line.
He can be a hero too.
Don't
Heroes
tell
at
his
UA
mom?
know that things can't continue as they've been. We're committed to ensuring the safety of our students from here on out. It's our
I think
top
maybe he's saying
priority.
it's too big of a show of
Not
respect
at the
or something.
current UA,
Oh,
but
okay.
toward the future. Will you allow me to devote myself to young Izuku? Together we will go beyond. I will lift him up. And I will protect your son, even if it costs me my life.
Are you okay?
I can't. I mean, you are Izuku's reason for living. It's not that I hate you or UA. It's just, I want Izuku to be safe and happy. All Might, don't give up your life. He needs you to protect him, raise him. If you can promise me you'll do that, then he can return to UA.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Mom.
I promise.
I didn't really think that was gonna work.
It's pretty big to
Izuku,
have, I guess, symbol of
if you're
peace,
going to
just
go
like
back to the
begging,
school,
basically, you know?
have to
Yeah,
be
no,
so
that's
careful.
true.
Of course. I won't make you worry.
Mr. All Might, please, take good care of my boy.
See,
Wow.
and that's where we're left. And I had an idea that would maybe work because he revealed that he actually sees him as a successor. Seems we have a post-credits scene.
Amazing.
I lost to you, All Might. The struggle I put up was truly pitiful. But it is you who failed in the end. Beating me put you on a course that led you closer to your students.
Oh.
You missed your opportunity to vanish. You lost your chance to die. A teacher's job is to help his student become independent. When a student relies on a master and that master disappears, the student's hatred grows, allowing him to walk the path of a true leader. Mine has comrades, and he's learned how to increase their number. You'll be fine, Tomura Shigaraki. Take all this experience, loathing, and regret, and use it as you move forward. Now, it's your turn.
Here's the preview.
The exact thing he said,
Wow.
All Might said to him.
That's all right. So we're passing the torches.
Yep, and that is where we are left for this episode.
Let's go around and see who has the coolest room.
No way, you can't go in there. Please, it's not fit for.
This is an All Might shrine.
Such a fanboy.
Oh no. What are your first thoughts?
Well, for that kind of symbolism to happen for like the hero and the antagonist in an episode titled End of the Beginning, Beginning of the End. I mean, that's huge.
It's going to be interesting to see where this plot develops between the two new successors.
Yeah, definitely. It's
And,
like a
like both
second
masters got
round.
taken out in the same
Exactly,
fight. It's
exactly.
interesting. But that's where we're left for this episode. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for episodes every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions that we'll answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. Pat Bootyham asks, in this episode, we learned that All Might, the symbol of peace, is officially retired. How do you think this will affect Endeavor, who is now the new number 1? How will it affect the students involved in the fight, mainly Deku and Bakugo?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is not going to go well for him. There's like the obvious issue of like, he had this goal and he got it, kind of. But then there's also the second part that now he can never achieve his goal. Like, All Might's done. He's never, once someone takes a step back from the game, they're like in a hall of fame somewhere, right? Like, you can never...
He can't actually pass it.
He can't ever do that.
It was given as like a hand-me-down, basically.
Exactly. Well, and also literally no matter what he does, he's still not going to beat All Might.
We'll have to see how that ends up working out. But also, what do you think of how Bakugo and Deku are going to be after the fight?
Okay, very, very interesting.
I'll mainly say Bakugo, because we kind of got Deku's perspective in this episode. More, what are you thinking Bakugo's thinking post that fight?
In terms of how he saw Deku react?
That could be it, but I kind of want to more explain. I want to clarify, but I don't want to spoil. I'd kind of be leading you there by saying it, but
okay.
There's something that Bakugo and pretty much Bakugo should be feeling right, like would naturally be feeling right now because of how All Might lost his powers.
I think Bakugo's going to take on a pretty significant amount of guilt, not because like it's his fault, but because if he hadn't existed, they wouldn't have had to go save him, and then All Might wouldn't have lost his power, and then the world wouldn't have lost the symbol of peace, and then any bad thing that happens as a result of the world losing their symbol of peace is on him now. Not actually, but like that's
he could be feeling
that's how it spirals, right?
Yeah. And speaking of Bakugo, my second question is, Impulsive Insomniac asks, how do you feel about Bakugo's family? What do you think his upbringing had to do with him as a person now? Just expanding on our thoughts on his family now that you heard that line about...
Yeah. I mean, okay, as a kid, the only thing that you know about, like, the way to interact is what you see from your parents. And then, you know, like, as your world expands, you start to kind of see, like, okay, is this normal? Is it not really normal? But it takes a while to start to figure that out, especially because so much of it is private. So it's like, I don't know if that's happening to other people in their homes. But growing up in an environment where things could escalate so quickly for almost no reason is a very like volatile environment to be developing your own sense of what a proportionate response looks like. So I think it created a situation where Bakugo and his mom, like the way that they just yell at each other is just them communicating.
Yeah.
But I think it's also been detrimental to Bakugo's relationships with other people.
Yeah.
Because
not everybody speaks Bakugo.
You can, if you act like that in response to someone doing that to you, that's one thing. But if you lead off with that, you just seem like a dick.
Yeah, and it was so fascinating to see how similar they were, and that's not his dad. Like, I don't know why my brain auto-corrected that his dad was the sensitive, kind one.
Yeah, that was...
Definitely didn't pick up many of those traits from his dad.
No, just the hair spikies.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got the hair spikies from his mom, too.
Right, but he also got hair spikies from his dad. His dad had spiky hair. Let his dad have something.
I mean, if you literally clip arted his mom's hair and put it on his head, it's the same.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. You're funny. All right, let's go to our third question. All right, third question. Junti612 asks, do you believe that All Might has been a positive influence in Midoriya's life, and are his actions justified in altering the course of his life? Do you think that now he's retired from hero work that he's going to be a better teacher for Izuku?
I think over the course of his life, he's probably been an overwhelmingly positive role model. I mean, the entire time before he had his quirk, All Might was still kind of this individual who he aspired to be like.
Formed his really good morals.
Exactly. So even if like now his relationship with All Might, that came to be because of this like early childhood connection to All Might, it was still overall such a critical part of him being such a good person, which like that's the very base core thing.
So you think that he has been a positive influence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also think like the negative influence you could argue is all the injuries he's taken and such, but I think
the danger component.
I think that Deku's dream is to be a hero, and if you were to literally pick out what to be, it would be the next All Might and be trained by All Might.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's
I don't
his
think
dream.
The broken arms I think mean very little to him.
100%. But then the other thing you have to think about is like from a parenting perspective, if your child is just destroying themselves, like he's not an adult. His brain is not fully cooked. He's not in any position to be deciding if he's going to do something that's going to alter the course of his life like that. And how do you as a responsible parent go, yeah, but you know, he's wanted to do this since he was a kid, so yeah, go shatter your arms, I guess. Like you can't do that.
Had to have the conversation, but it was really beautiful to see like the ultimate show, and I think I saw in the comments it was just about an ultimate showing of respect in Japanese culture.
Wow. Okay.
It's just being as bowed over as humanly possible.
Okay.
Like his nose is on the ground,
right.
and that's like the number one hero. I think that's why he said, "Don't do this, All Might."
Gotcha.
It's
okay,
I see. Whoa, like
this is too much.
Like we're not deserving.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah.
But like that, and then also saying that he's going to be the next symbol of peace, like that's kind of telling his mom like just how serious he is about Deku, which is a big deal.
That's the other thing, right? Because like as a parent, you're looking at your child and obviously you don't want anything bad to happen to them. But in this kind of universe and situation where there's like the number one superhero who's saved so many people and he's in your house just conveying to you how important your son is for the future of humanity, at a certain point, I mean, obviously, as a parent, you're never gonna think this, but you have to recognize that at a certain point, it's bigger than just your kid. Yeah. And if they want to do something like if Deku is gonna be brave enough to do that, she has to be brave enough to let him. It's gonna suck. She doesn't have to like it, but he wants to be a hero.
Yep, and I think that she ultimately made the right decision, but it was good to question it. You know,
totally.
It
it would be irresponsible not to question it.
Yeah, but that's where we're left for this episode with them moving into dorms. And thank you for watching. Are we excited for episode 13 of season 3 of My Hero Academia?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.